innocent lady and Kalinago Queen, Annette Sanford. A court by the name of Liberation imputes improper motive in the most vile and denigrating fashion under the name of Speaker Joseph Isaac, who sits there mute and smiling at the savage attack on a nominee to the highest office of the land. During my 11 years in Dominican Parliament, it has been the repeated vile posture and classless behavior of Levi Peters. Though not an elected member of Parliament, this Attorney General, by virtue of his office, is not expected to be partisan, yet so insecure, he feels the need to back like a cattle wasp. This most unholy trinity of political savagery, Ruben Ferry, Levi Peters, and Joseph Isaac unloaded their assassin's bullet on a most dignified lady with an immaculate resume and spotless model of integrity. A highly qualified nurse, a model wife and mother, a Kalinago Queen, a community leader, a lecturer at our state college, a woman of faith, a gentle soul. What kind of man does that to a lady? A wife, a mother, let alone another human being? And he got away with his verbal diarrhea in Parliament under the supervision and approval of Speaker Joseph Isaac. No reprimand, no sanction, no expulsion from Parliament, not even a slap on the wrist. And to compound his vile attack on Mrs. Alice Stanford, he goes on to say that in a different forum, he would have been more savage and ruthless. Levi Peters must go. I said Levi Peters must go. No amount of crocodile apology will suffice. He knew what he did. He meant every word that he said. And now we must pay the price and face the people's court of justice. This disqualified and unqualified square peg in long hole for near 2 decades has been the epitome of disrespect to that office and to opposition members of the House of Parliament. So party political is this assassin who does the unspoken bidding of his possessor-in-chief. He has now gone too far and too deep in the mud. And we the people must now remove our country from the mud and allow them to wrestle with their kind. Levi Peters must go, and Levi Peters must go now. And we the people, talking about the Dominican Constitution, that is you and me, must ensure that the Constitution must never again be dragged in the mud by desperate men. We will stay in the streets. We will bombard Levi Peters with relentless calls for resignation. We will stand together on this one until Levi Peters understands we will sever support the cause, and they have never disrespected any of the women in Parliament. And if they had, the ladies in Parliament would have told them so. And they never, ever disrespect of the women of both sides. And we are thankful to them for that. They are true gentlemen. We have another gentleman here. We have said they will have their 5 minutes to speak. Mr. Leonard Clinton will say a few words of solidarity to the ladies. And the ladies will take them.
Good afternoon, ladies. You all know Mama Boy, right? Yeah? And with everything you say, all I've ever tried to do is to live my life in such a way as to make my mother proud of me. She told me, do not be afraid to be right, and never step down for standing up for right. And that's all I try to do. So this afternoon, I'm going to ask the women of Dominica to whisper a word in the ears of the ladies who are serving on the government side of the parliament. Because in the things that they do, they are belittling the women of Dominica. They are bringing them down with their conduct and their behavior. When they will cause themselves to appear on social media, for example, singing along with the song, the lyrics to say, money a hand, back a ground, I just come to F around, they are promoting prostitution. And it is disgraceful. Tell them to stop it. Tell them to stop it. And those who go to the breakfast set, and when they ask them, well, where is your colleague MP? Where is your colleague member of parliament, a female? They say they're going to have sex. What kind of conduct is that? Tell them to stop it. And then you don't expect them now to have any respect for other women. So when Lady Anna Sanford accepted an invitation from the parliamentary opposition of Dominica within the provisions of the Constitution or Supreme Law to stand as their presidential nominee, she did nothing wrong. She was standing for God and standing for country in a Commonwealth of Dominica where she was born. I have to tell you, she was the better qualified of the two candidates for president. So what are you talking about? The president is required to operate above the political fray. And because Annette Sanford has the capacity to look at Scarrett in his face and say to him, listen to me. You see that money you want to give me there for what you want me to do for you? Hold it, I'm not doing it. There are not many people in Dominica capable of that. And therefore there are not many people in Dominica like Annette Sanford at the young age of 40 years who is so eminently qualified to sit in the nation's highest office. And that is the opportunity we missed. But you know, even when people are doing good things and want the best for Dominica, this Labour Party on the Roosevelt-Scarrett decides that they will be demonized, they will be denigrated, they will be hated, and they will be disrespected. And that's exactly what they did, not just to Annette Sanford, they started with the leader of the opposition. Because the way Scarrett went about in disobedience to the Constitution in his procedure for selecting a new president, he disrespected the office of the leader of the opposition held by a woman. And if you notice what happened on the day in Parliament, it was a tag team, the tag operating, including Pampalam, who set up the drumstick comments and had Levi come in to drive it home. I said, well, you know, little innocent Levi, it's Pampalam that said it, not me. They were acting together because all of them were laughing and all of them were happy because the statement was made. The statement denigrating women, denigrating Alexandra, disrespecting her, and by extension other women in Dominica, was made on behalf of every member of the Labour Party and the government side of the parliament. And for that reason, and that reason alone, not just Levi, Peter, but all of them, every single one of them should go. All of them. 5 minutes. One more minute now. Drop the rhythm, let Levi Peter there. Abuse of women is a no-no. Jump high, jump low. Enough. You have to go. Drop the rhythm, let Pampalam know. Disrespecting students is a no-no. Jump high, jump low. Enough. You have to go. Drop the rhythm, let losers carry it. No. Be a woman is not your part. Please say, jump high, jump low. Enough. You have to go. God bless all you. I love you too much.
We listen to the drum, Mr. Stadium called the drummers to hit it. Yes? Jump high, jump low, they have to go. You nice it? Yes, have a nice ring to it. You should have come early when we were marching. Jump high, jump low, you have to go. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on. We have Mr. Anthony Charles here with us. He is part of the opposition team, and he will say a few words as well to us.
Good evening, everyone, especially ladies, the strong ladies of Dominica. I don't want to stay long. My former parent just said it all. But ladies, we have to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's a simple thing. Don't follow the other ladies and say, okay, the AG this, the AG that. Everybody talking about PM and Seri. This is not no Seri thing. This is not no Lincoln thing. This is a ladies' battle. Put aside the partisan politics and defend the ladies of today. Ladies is a very predominant and important position. Don't make these guys, those guys of soft bottom, come and tell you all you're like Johnson. Now, the AG supposed to withhold the Constitution in the Parliament. We cut off the Speaker of the House, who is in charge of the House, when he was explaining the Constitution and then call our candidate a drumstick. No matter what reference you try and what you said, in the end you said, if you're in a different forum, that is the problem. If you were in a different forum, my brother, that means you know what you were saying. So ladies, when you see the sellers there walking and smiling on the road, don't have the sellers too comfortable walking and smiling. Put them in their place. Just put them in their place. You cannot have a man say, if you was in an expo, then you guys you're alone, man. Or you can think of the thing. Ladies, stand for something. Or anyone, stand for something. Others, stand for it. They come at you with 100 and something. They come to give it to you. But they're trying to take 350. But we're going to stop that, you know. This kind of a movement with sending lawyer paper and things, we're going to stop that and trying to pay people for their dignity and their integrity. We're going to stop that. we're going to make sure before I read this election and this politician forum, I personally want to stop this kind of victimization to women and men and young policy people to come and buy and threaten people for their integrity. So you come in your lawsuit so that means I should not fall down and say, okay, no, I'm not going so. They say I like to talk. My boss put me in problem, but my boss going to take me out. I'm going to fix that. Ladies, stand for something so you won't fall for anything. Thank you.
Thank you. We are ready for the men, for the solidarity, for the strength. Women, we're getting support on all sides, so we continue to strengthen ourselves and to build on what we have and to continue to struggle to ensure that the young girls that are coming, they are free from this victimization. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two more men and then our ladies will take the mic. Yes, we will now call on Siri, where are you? Siri over here. Well, Vinny. Well, Siri, que baloi a patron. A creole. Noah, allez pas dans sa mouette. Oui.
Mais bonsoir avec toi, Noah, un mouvement de pas dans sa mouette dans notre pays. Ouais, tout le monde a d'abord nous a parlé de Coyol, déjà pour ça jusqu'à fin novembre, après c'est Coyol la présentation dans l'OL. Avec ça, on prend bon plaisir d'être là, vous savez que c'est nous qui là, nous ne pouvons pas dire que c'est seulement. Il y a des gens qui écoutent à la radio, il y a des gens qui écoutent à l'internet. Il y a plus de monde qui écoute à la radio, plus de monde qui écoute à l'internet. Donc nous ne sommes pas tout seuls. Pour là, faire la événement, mais c'est ça n'est pas aimé. C'est ça n'est pas aimé, mais en instant, nous avons de bouteilles solides. Quand nous avons de bouteilles solides. Avant de parler, nous allons essayer de vous dire un bon plaisir de vous faire diaspora. C'est diaspora, c'est ce qui a compté ici pour voler l'élection. C'est diaspora pour commencer à parler parce qu'il va commencer à voler la politique. Vous le voyez, vous n'avez pas fait de Nominee. Vous avez fait de plaisir, vous avez fait de mêlé. Je me lève parce que diaspora, il va faire ici pour voler l'élection. Parler, il va faire vidéo, il va faire la vérité, faire plat en idée. Il va faire. Nous avons ça avec un seul nous avons mis la qui est l'hôpital. Qui doit respecter un Stanford. Et bien là où il y a un premier pays qui a respecté le peuple là, ça l'hôpital fait qu'il a pris premier ministre là. Et par l'hôpital, parce que si le ministre a respecté le pays là, l'hôpital a respecté le pays là. Et ça pour nous aller. D'abord, c'est un poubelle. Alors, lui va être tout pour vous et puis il va demander pardon. Va perdre comme dit pour ça, il paye pas son bonhomme, il doit revoter. Parce que là, on va dire qu'on respecte les bails. Il fait plus d'espoir. D'accord? On va dire qu'on n'est pas qui bouge dans la rue là. Et puis ça va rien ou pas rien. Après la supposition, qui dit pour l'éducation ou pas rien. Tout là, on peut finir à recevoir pardon. Et bien, on va signer pour ça ou pas un lien. Moins ça tout ça. En fait, on va dire ça va faire ou ça fait. Le pas où ça fait, il n'y a pas de l'effet. Bon, il faut venir demander à Stanford pardon. Et bien, après ça, on va signer des postes. C'est vrai que pas on travaille parce que je suis tout même. But if you signer des postes, you have to resign from your post.
dia. Ou pas ça, rien mais c'est pas sérieux pour te body. We know what we're going to do in la Benilla. Si vous dites là, je vais faire moi. Je vais faire moi. C'est comme ça qu'on va profiter de cette là. C'est comme ça qu'on va profiter. Je ne sais pas là, je vais attendre une élection. Quand il faut une élection, je ne vais pas faire le pouvoir là. Parce qu'il y a des oppositions, il y a des oppositions. C'est pour ça qu'on va pas parler du pouvoir. Bon, là où c'est qu'on a dit, on vit sans rien, on va aller sans rien, on va tout pour ça qu'il faut et ça qui est la vérité. Merci, bonsoir.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We continue. We have with us another formidable woman who always stands in the struggle, always stands and speak up. Delia Eugene will say a few words to us this afternoon. Give her a big hit up, ladies. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It's my first time holding a mic in a public forum, so at least give me some support. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, afternoon. I too stand in solidarity with our sister Anne Stanford. And I stand with, I stand for, I stand by every woman, every man, every child, every animal that is being abused. Because abuse in any form and all forms is wrong and it ought not to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard our Prime Minister say that Dominica is not a real country. And maybe it is true because it's crazy this madness on steroids that we are seeing right now. We are almost believing that Dominica is not a real country. But if Dominica was a real country, our Attorney General has more respect for the people. And if Dominica was a real country, this would be a speech that he would have given in Parliament on the day that he was, on the day that our President was nominated. So, it would have been like this. Mr. Speaker, today Dominicans here and abroad, and in fact the entire world, has witnessed a truly democratic process. As the Attorney General of this blessed land, I am quite pleased to say that democracy is alive and well in Dominica. But ladies and gentlemen, we know that it's not true. Because, Mr. Speaker, around the path to electing a new president, we saw that the Prime Minister nominated a candidate following the letter of the Constitution. And as was her right to do, the leader of the opposition so nominated a candidate. I must say, Mr. Speaker, that both nominated women are adequately qualified and experienced to do very well in the office of president. But again, following the letter of the Constitution, and by a free and fair process, only one can be president. And so, Mrs. Stanford, we bid you farewell. We would like to say thank you to you for being part of the process, and we wish you all the very best in your endeavors. And I say thank you for all that you are doing on behalf of your people. I believe that because you are both standing as a women, I can guarantee you, Mrs. Stanford, the support of our new president. And I hope that the two of you can join forces to elevate the living conditions of your people. That is only if Dominica was a real country. But we know better. Sadly, our House of Parliament is a place where anything goes. Where the Speaker and the Attorney General, they don't care, or they have forgotten that they're supposed to be neutral members of the House. They could not care less. Okay? It's a place where our House of Parliament is a place where members of the government side heckle and jeer at members of the opposite side, and that is wrong. They disturb them and prevent them from presenting on behalf of the people who elected them in office. That is wrong. Okay? This AD said that he was still contempt and disgust. Okay? And we wonder why. and he said in a different forum, he would use stronger words. Why? All because the opposition leaders dared to nominate another candidate, although she was well within her right to do so. No, and then he referred to the well-nominated candidate as a drumstick. We say no, this behavior of the DLP has been their modus operandi ever since they came into office. And it is time for us to stop it. We disrespect, they vilify, they victimize anybody who dares to stand against them. We have to say enough is enough. We demand respect. It cannot be that a young student is going to have parents for assistance for school or scholarship, and she has to lie down and beg for it. It cannot be that a mother is going to get assistance for a proper housing for her family, and she has to lie down. She's not supposed to kneel down and lie down and cry and beg. Okay, it is her duty, her right as a Dominican, and she's supposed to get assistance with respect. We demand respect. We say no more. And to the women on the government side who laugh, who cheer, who distract, who disturb members of the opposition, you laugh and you provoke. We see family to see my family for them. You are responsible. And we say you have to go to not what we have to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a story to tell. I have never told that story publicly before. I don't think many people know of it, but it is time that I say it publicly. I was in about first or second form. I lived in Kenfield at the time. And next to us, our next door neighbor was the sister of the house, our neighbor and our friend. He lived with his family, his wife, and 3 little children. The wife was not very well. So as a child going to school, I noticed that the lady needed help. So what I would do, I would get dressed early and then go and help the lady get her children ready for school. So one day I was there, I was on a regular basis and every day. One day I went in, I was there doing the same thing. The man came in the room, his towel wrapped around his waist. I have never seen him do that before and I was just shocked. I was disturbed. So what I did, I gave him my back, and I was focused on the child I was dressed. So what the lady would do, he would give them breakfast, comb their hair, shower, and then he packed them to me to dress. He would have all the little uniform and nicely laid out on the bed. So when I saw the man come in the room, the back towel around his waist, and he was a big man. I'm not going to say call his name, but you all have an idea. A big heavy man. Alright, so when he came into the room, I turned, I focused on the child. And then he called my name, Nigeria. I turned back immediately. The man opened his back door. The man opened and he flashed himself to be a student in my school uniform. Anyway, I put on bag, I put on uniform, I put on soft shoes, and I just pick up my bag, and I just walk out of it. I vowed I would never go back to that house again. Anyway, a few weeks later, during Christmas, his wife called my home and asked for my help to do something to her family. I was not happy, but the lady needed help, was not well, so I decided I would go and help. And when I went to the house, the lady gave me a long list of groceries and asked me to go with her husband to Amsterdam and do the groceries for her. I was not happy, but I didn't think what can come out of this. So I went. I never spoke to the man from Kenfield to Amsterdam, and Jamie Parry running, talk, I never asked. Anyhow, God bless, he said, let's go upstairs, I didn't get your Christmas gift. I said, no thank you, I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything from you. And he said, and I said, no, I took the list, I took the trolley, I went and do my business, and he went upstairs to do whatever he was doing. Anyway, time to pass. I came, put the trolley by the castle, and he came, he gave me the gift, I just grabbed it, and I turned the trolley, and we stuck everything in there, everything in the grocery. No, I said Afterpan, and I said Kenfield for a reason, because if you know where Afterpan is, and you know where Kenfield is, and you drive in one route there is, You go up injured, you go down back road, and you go out of town. Number professor, you must up Straight Valley Road. Remember I told you street from time getting that early. He went up Valley Road, he went across to the garden, and he sat by the bamboo house. A school child man knows me and my next door neighbor. He's speaker of the house. No other calling is inside, no his family, that's the only reason I'm calling me. But anyway, I was hungry. I said, what are we doing here? No, he was talking. Next thing, the man coming towards me. Alright? And I feel scratching and kicking at me. Okay, I told this a big man. The man put his big leg all over my big leg. And hit me down. So I'm using my hands down and I could fight. And then he used his big strong arms when I was a little girl, little man. Help me, with one hand of me. So, let me just stop in there. I grew up on a diet of wrestling. My mother went to her grave, still believing that wrestling is real. And if you want to get ready, you tell her, oh, mommy, you got your stories from the apartheid. So, I grew up every day, as long as wrestling is on TV, it's on our TV. Okay? So, the man kicked me down, legs down, arms down. So all I told myself, you have one more bullet to have, use it well. When I held it down, I cannot move, now he's coming towards me. I pulled my head back and I didn't pick his head but in his face. And then the man started to scream like a pig. When he put him on the way, he on his nice white shirt. When he put on the light, the little boy, look blood. I burst a big cut on the man's lip. Okay, anyway, he told me not to and blood before anything, the thing is bloody. I was able to defend myself then. Needless to say, I did not leave the vehicle and run out to the garden to the darkness. I make sure he got to know. My next story, quickly. I was about first form I was about my mid-20s. I was swimming in the sea. I lived next to the sea. I'm floating in the sea alone. It's like now so. I'm alone floating in the sea. I feel somebody just pull me down under the water. My eyes closed. I might open my eyes to the white man. Where he comes from, I don't know. Okay, but he just pull me down under the water. And I am struggling to catch my breath because I was not prepared for that. When I fought him, I went up, I catch up with my clothes, and right before you know, I got his hair, and my nails got scratched, and I walked here, and I shot, and I walked here. And when he tried to escape, when he let go, I held him by his pants, I pulled him, and I'm telling all of you this story because I thank God I was able to fight. But there are some of us who are not able to fight. And because of them, we all have to stand. I thank you. Thank you very much. So we have to stand. We have to allow them to lean on each other, to give them the strength they need to fight. Some of us are strong, but we know not everybody is the same. So those of us who are strong, we will stand with those who are weak, and we will take Dominica back from those scoundrels who believe that they can victimize us and brutalize us and get away with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on. We want to leave here before 7 o'clock. We have Miriam Lewis, and then Blessing will come and say a few words. Miriam Lewis worked as a principal for a long while, a teacher for a very long time, and also the DPS, the Dominica Public Service Union. So I will now call on Miriam Lewis to come and say a few words.
Sorry, not prepared, but prepared. Women of Dominica. Tonight I expected more than to be here. But the reality has changed. It has changed to the extent that women don't really do themselves. But I'm telling you, I tell them to pick up themselves in the police. I tell them on the sand
woman, I'm an influence, and I know what it means when women full up for themselves. When I'm doing the utterance of their traditional, while watching my teaching, I got good from. I said to God to do that. You tell us I'm based on where he is, because he's This no man can look at a woman and say those things. But every man of the woman, disrespect, high honor. I tell you the America. Read the last 4 books of Old Testament. And this is what they do women. And women allow themselves for that reason. And they allow themselves for that reason. I stop up them studying watching with their high hearing. But when they really have to run, they won't get them. Because they're in silence. They are living silent. I know some people in government that are the past principles. Right? And I know some women in government stop saying that this is upstream therapy. And I hear some people clapping. I didn't see you clap, but women listen against that. If this is a woman of integrity, somebody will have stood up and say, let me tell you something. I love you. I have them sit there and say, so nobody has more again. No more again. Then you tell the things of people that are going, let's do something. They're going to be 6 hours there. But that is bad, and it's bad. So to be right now, people have just sold their soul to the devil. Let me tell you something. It's not just a matter of making plan for you. It's a bigger picture than that. It's a bigger picture than just say that we come here today. The country is in big trouble. The devil has taken over the country. And women who are there, please, keep proud of yourself. Don't be ashamed. People stop or make a big fight. And let me tell you something. There is more to come. There is more to come. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. When I left to pray, I pray. Where you going now? Stay in that place. Until they look at happening. Sugar because they are telling them to pray. They are hearing the other person. So this is like that place. I tell them, they all going to come to me. They can't get their money. They will kill them and anything. Up to they haven't paid them. Coming to me. Go through your car record. Stand up. You already on fire. Stand up. All the systemization for here. Wait. Okay, yes, it's true that you have to understand, but look at our women. What happens to them? Look at the women. That is 76 months for one end, they have nothing. I'm telling you, I am feeling sorry for that woman. One of those days, let's talk to them no better. Stay and hide. But early mornings, when they get up, they would have no difficulty. And I'm saying one more people are evil. Dominica, women, I don't know what I'm doing. When I was doing, I didn't do it in 1970. So when we call for strike action, put some for today. Man, woman, ever stand up. No, to come up with greedy, boss, release, and he, boss. That is why something is like that. But please, don't go out there tonight if they are going to struggle. And San Paul, I have great respect for you. I worked with you after you go after school. After your husband after school, what did you do? You said, come family. All I tell you, I said, attention on you. I tried. You let people let go and send their way. I call you attention. Let's come in there, attention, my Mr. Ward. And let me tell you something. You see the one there? They can all kind of things. To the end, you never get up of the service. We don't have the sense to have done that. I tell you, these people put me on the one person at the end of time. People like that, and I get opportunity. This say I want to the other God the opportunity. Wait for me. I know politicians, even principals, and when I take my thing, they say, you can say one rule. I say, bye-bye, but I was very good for you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know when we got the response from the chief of police, we were told that the route that we asked for, we couldn't get it because of national security reasons. We couldn't go up King George's District, up the police station area, to go down that road into Hillsborough Street because we are considered national security risks. When you see a bottle of water, a plastic bottle for that matter, a placard in your hand, a phone in your hand, are considered national security risks. But we still continue to stand in spite of everything. We will continue to fight this song. Ladies and gentlemen, we are blessing. He always has been and always continues to be a warrior.
Hey, blessings to you all. Are you seeing there? Levi 16 Peter's bed, so the nasty man won't go. That's my father. Women, religion is the head of relegation of women. Religion is the key of relegating women. Women know your worth. A lot of all you're selling on yourself cheap. A man, his wife had 2 children. He was in a good job. He said, when his wife pregnant, he's going to stay 2 weeks. Because when he walk a break, even if he drive him in the sea, the swim and come back, he wants to witness the delivery. So he come, he still see muscle, bicep, tricep, all kind of bicep. He wants to be there. So he got the hospital. It's time to deliver. They try to put latex glove on his hands too big, he feels the muscles, and the boy feeling strong, he got on the floor. Anyway, the woman there, they're telling her push by the head, he said he want to witness. If you see a strong man, anyway, when they say the baby coming the head out, when that big strong muscle man goes, he said, let him see, he fall down, put up. Then 2 babies, one on the floor and one on the table. Who is the weaker vessel? Who is the weaker vessel? Women are mentally powerful. The worried man is always spent 1 liter book well. They're ready to drink dramatic. So the worried was, you know, all the very playing there. I have had book well already, you know. They tell me put on. They tell me walking with my shoes without socks for the whole day. And then pour a beer in one of the shoes and drink it. If they tell me drink it, I'll drink it too. I wanted to get rid of the profile. So don't worry, man. Idiots like these that want to come and disrespect Annette. And this is a woman that is quite humble. Julia James and Williams in the parliament, I see they try their best to intimidate them, but they stood their ground. So Levi, in his nasty ways, he wants to please his master. So his master will say, good dog, roll over and send him a bone. So he has to emulate the nastiness his master is displaying. So Levi really had to show scary how we can be nasty and attacking an innocent lady. And even refer to her as that, you know. That, I heard him on 2 occasions, not telling that to Matt. But not to say Matt word again, you know. Alright. Anyway, so women, stand your ground. Not to be too quick to cut a deal with no man, with nobody. Try to use your intellect. Remember, you forget Samson Delilah, the strongest man in the world, who take him to a woman. So women, you're powerful. Stop saying you're the weaker vessel, or putting that in your psyche to make man believe, even when you're going through your menstrual cycle, you are unclean. A man can kill 1 million people, he's not unclean, but a woman going through a menstrual cycle, they tell him that she's unclean. So this is stupidness. Get them off your vocabulary, out of your psyche, and know you're holy, you're righteous, you're the queen of the universe. It's you that is sustaining the world. In the absence of you, all of us finish.
And the women of Dominica say, amen. Yes. Government Paris is here. And you will say a few words of solidarity. We got his strength, right? Yes.
Good evening, good evening. We tired already? We standing still up? Mic check, I standing in the right spot? Okay. But we still standing, right? We still standing strong, right? We standing on principle, right? I was warned not to be long. It's getting dark. The rest of my parliamentary colleagues from Delbert to not be long. You don't have a speaker to give you extra time to see what you're saying and stuff. But I have a lot to say. If you want to kill a nation, if you want to kill a people, the first set of people you compromise is their women. Every person in Dominica came through a woman. So if we kill a generation or 2 generations of women, if we break those that are working, and the younger ones, we compromise them and we break their integrity, we will lose our country. And that is what this administration has succeeded to do. But they're trying hard, but it wouldn't work. Because there are few of us who still decide that we will stand on principle. Because today we have a Rosa Parks movement in Dominica. Today we have a Rosa Parks movement in Dominica. Friday afternoon, when a lot of people will be doing different things, we're here standing for principle in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like preaching, that's what I grew up doing, but you know, we leave that for another time. I want to stand in solidarity all men who are here, but particularly those still my check. This devil is a liar. Particularly those one, two, we still there. Solidarity with all the women who are here. But I want to stand for those who are still afraid. We have those of us who have a lot of courage and not and people like to watch us online and you know we say, oh wow, they're strong, but there are women who are still afraid because they're afraid of losing their jobs. A young lady was here a while ago talking. She went through as a child, as a young woman. There are still young women today going through those types of experiences and they cannot talk because of their job, because of their family member, their association. I want to send a message tonight that we are standing for you. There's still a group of people in Dominica that stand on principles and values that we hold here. And we, together with everybody else and the praying mothers, will take back our country. We will take back our country because no devil in hell and no government can prevent us from standing for what is right. And we will continue to stand for what is right until Dominica is back where it needs to be. The reason I am who I am today, and I must say this before I leave. Those of you who know me, familiar with me, you know Stuart Price, that is my father. The person that you don't know is Kathleen Price. That is my mother. I spent all of my childhood days with her. She taught me math and I went on to be an engineer. A lot of people think it's because my father is in construction or I'm an engineer. No, it's because Kathleen taught me math. Kathleen taught me to write. But you know what she taught me? To be a decent human being. Tonight, there are more women like Kathleen Paris, my mother, in Dominica, and their children and their children's children are still alive, and we will be part of the revolution in taking Dominica where it needs to be. God bless you. Have a good night.
Give him another round of applause. And let's see young people, young men especially stand up. And tells me it's because of a woman. A woman with integrity, a woman with substance, a woman who could stand and teach him the right thing, the right way to go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we move on. We have Monel with us here. Monel will give you her own story. And you know she's gone through a lot already in Parliament as well. So I will now call on Monel to say a few words in solidarity of this movement and this struggle. For this cause I rise. For this cause I rise. Give me breath. have joined us, thank you so much. My brothers in pink, thank you for representing and standing with the women of Dominica today as we ignite this Rosa Park fire that will not stop burning until it has consumed and returned Dominica to the honorable place that it once was. Yes. There is dishonor at the very head of Dominica, in the very House of Parliament that ought to be the most honorable place. There is dishonor from the very head. The head is rotten, and Dominica, we have to cut it off. It is time. We are tired. Everybody knows my story. You knew when I came into the political arena 25 years. Had I not had the support of men and women around Dominica, I would have crumbled. I would have crumbled because that is what they're famous for. They're famous for taking you and breaking you. And they have broken Dominica to the point of almost no return. But people like me and the honorable men and women across Dominica will continue to stand because we do not have an option. We cannot give up. The oppressors will not stop, and neither will we. We should never stop. They are unrelenting in the pursuit to destroy us. We should never stop fighting for a better Dominica. We should never stop fighting for the honor and respect and dignity that needs to be returned to this land. Brothers and sisters, abuse in every form has taken hold in Dominica. Not just our women being desecrated in Parliament, but in all other areas across Dominica. We know the stories. They are whispered in our ears of the disgrace that they are put through. We see our women parading on television when they have to receive a government housing. Disgraceful and disrespect, no dignity for people in need. We look at the men of our country emasculated. How many men you heard in recent times was a key for an apartment? Where do they to? They give it to the women because they know what this has done to the men. Men who are supposed to clothe and feed and house their families. They have taken away that ability. They have abused us to the lowest level. Man, woman, child, animal, parliament, disgrace, abused across the board. No more. No more, Levi Peter. No more Rooster Sheriff. They say the city belongs to Melissa. Melissa, where are you? When it is time to stand for the women, where are you? The women in Parliament against women. What are you doing? You sit here and you clap. Statistics show that Dominica records the highest percentage of women in Parliament, but we do not have a family court. Projects are being built, and there is no gender equity in the projects that are being administered. No sidewalks for mothers with babies, no sidewalks for women to exercise, no gender parity. You are bench women, you sit here and you clap when your colleagues, your men colleagues, sexist men colleagues, make mean utterances on your sisters. You understand a disrespect on one woman is a disrespect on every woman, everywhere. All of us came from women. Women stand. Men stand with your women. Defend your women. Defend your country. Defend them against the men and women who seek to abuse us. We are tired and we say no more. We are tired and we say no more. This spark that has started this day will not be put out. It will not be extinguished. We will not stop until we return Dominica and Dominicans back to a place of pride and dignity. For a better Dominica, I still rise. For a land where women are respected, I still rise. For a Dominica that is the best place to work, live and enjoy life, I have risen and I will never back down until the day that this Dominica restored to the place of honor that it once was. Ladies, my sisters, So for this cause, all of us going to rise, and we're not going down, because we are going to take back Dominica. And when they can stand up, give you a house, and tell you that's for you. You have to on your knees for it. You plead for it. Tell me, when a woman goes on her knees in front of a man, tell me what of it. And that is what they experience. So if you please for an apartment, because they know that you are vulnerable. But the vulnerable women of Dominica will stand with you. Those of us who are strong will stand with you. You will lean on our shoulders and we take Dominica to the next level when your sons don't find themselves out of office. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on. We have selection report who will give us a few words of solidarity. Former Tennessee. Good evening, my sister. I stand here this evening representing the National Joint Action Movement, NJAM. You know, when you're part of an organization, you have to abide with what everybody in the organization or the group is all about. A lot of times when I speak from the top of my mind and my head, it's like I speak fluent. But this thing I have three from what we all agree upon as an organization. So this evening, this is a statement here by the National Joint Action Movement, NJAM. The National Joint Action Movement, NJAM, applaud the effort of Nurse Rosie Felix and the women who have come forward in support of Nurse Anna Sanford in defense of the abuse by the AG, Levi Peters, and Roosevelt Skerry. It is immoral and despicable prosecuting Labour Party government. Nowhere in the civilized world can an AG make such a statement by insulting another human being, for less a woman, a caliber woman who has demonstrated such a high level of dignity, for the Attorney General to be still in office. Any Prime Minister who defends such a despicable Attorney General is even more worse than that Attorney General, and both of them must go. Levi Peters is a civil servant and not a hack of the Labour Party and Roosevelt Skerry, and he has violated the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica by demonstrating his pig-like and dirty party politics. The Labour Party has 19 parliamentary representatives, 5 senators, and a Speaker of the House of Assembly to do their dirty work. So for Levi Peters as Attorney General to behave in the manner that he did deserve the immediate removal from the office of Attorney General. The National Joint Action Movement consider Levi Peters issue as part of the broader scope of crime committed by Roosevelt Skerry regime, and appeal to the Dominican people to stop the abuse of the Commonwealth of Dominica by a decadent regime that is determined to sell their homeland to the international criminals. As the Commonwealth of Dominica celebrates its 45th anniversary of political independence, the people of Dominica are witnessing the discrimination of the nation as the Commonwealth of Dominica plunges into a state of economic ruin, where all the productive sectors of the economy are paralyzed. The young people exist without any hope, and once promising middle class rapidly descending into a state of hopelessness, while our past are sold like fish in the international rooms and vagabonds. After 24 years in office, the Dominican Labour Party under Roosevelt Skerry has brought the Commonwealth of Dominica into a state of beggars, where the resources of the state are in the hands of an Arab-based Anthony Hayes. Dominica did not obtain political independence 45 years ago from Britain, only to be recolonized by MMC and Roosevelt Carey. After 45 years, the healthcare system.
The views expressed here are not those of MO News.
Falling apart. The electoral power supply is worse than it has ever been. The roads are falling apart with signs of broken edges all over the island. Agriculture production is at its lowest. Manufacturing has disappeared. The police is more oppressive ever than before. Self-indulgence has turned DPS into the voice of labor. The government of Dominica is implicated in the kidnapping of male children. Roosevelt Carey appoints a president in total violation of the Constitution, whereas a civil servant is recently elected as president, was the deputy chairperson of the Labour Party in the Saturday branch. Roosevelt Carey blatantly disrespects the people of Dominica with the way he treats the Electoral Commission and his nasty intention for electoral reform. As we speak today, the international news media is exposing Dominica's passport scandal. Dominica now needs a visa to enter the United Kingdom, and very soon we will need visa to enter Waterloo and Madrid and the rest of Europe. Today, the National Joint Action Movement is proud to be part of this women's movement, calling for Levi Peters to go. But the call will not stop here. We must call on the entire cabal to go. The waste of time, incompetent cabinets of opportunists, and paid must go. The National Joint Action Movement is calling on the women who are organizing this event to take the lead towards the establishment of a government of national unity. All opposition forces must put aside their individualistic agendas and come together in a united force to rescue Dominica from the bunch of criminals. Let us continue the fight for electoral reform while we demand that Levi Peters must go. The Commonwealth of Dominica must have electoral reform and first election within a year. Dominica will collapse under this bunch of incompetence. The Treasury has no money. The government is totally broke. And they depend on Anthony Hayden to pay his bills. Checks in the treasuries are languishing. The account general cannot keep checks because they will bounce. The Commonwealth of Dominica is dead broke, and Anthony Hayden is the one who runs it. Salary to pay as MMC. There was 25 as MMC. State College needs a computer as MMC. Carey needs a generator as MMC. The Commonwealth of Dominica is colonized by Anthony Hayden and MMC. Roosevelt Carey is only a puppet who follows the instructions of Anthony Hayden. To the young people of Dominica, you have only seen his road regime in office. Those of you who travel and can study overseas, remain overseas. You have no intention of coming back. Unlike the youth of other Caribbean islands who are anxious to go back to their homeland. Dominica youths are fleeing in numbers because there is no hope. The National Joint Action Movement is saying enough is enough. The time has come for joint action, and a united front, we are calling on the two nurses, Rosie Felix and Anna Stanford, to take the lead in the liberation of the nation, and let all opposition forces side by side or in victory. The National Joint Action Movement demands the unconditional dismissal of Levi Peters from the Office of Attorney General and call on Roosevelt Carey and his bunch of incompetent cabinet to clear the way for capable, qualified, and patriotic Dominicans. The National Joint Action Movement, we stand together and we say enough is enough and Levi Peters must go. There is no time for any apology. Levi Peters must go. Thank you very much, Mr. Chen, on behalf of the National Joint Action movement, giving solidarity messages to the struggle for freedom for women. Ladies and gentlemen, the woman, the lady behind all this, or because of all this, that precipitated the action that we take. Alex Sanford, a nominee for President of the Commonwealth of Dominica and the highest office, was in the House, but disrespected by the Attorney General. We're supposed to uphold the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica. So tonight we have with us Alex Sanford, who will give us a few words and tell us exactly what are some of the things that we intend to do. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Alex Sanford. Good night, everybody. Levi Peter Mass. Levi Peter Mass. Levi Peter Mass. Levi Peter must resign. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you tonight is a woman who is not afraid of any man.
That's right.
A few years ago, they used intimidation tactics. They sent the police, dressed in the army clothes, armed with the guns, to our home. In the midst of the morning, arrested my husband, took him down to the cell, but today we are still standing strong. Then they came with bribery, 120,000 EC. And you know the devil comes to you at your weekend. What could somebody do with $120,000 when things are so bad? But today, I'm still standing.
That's right.
A few weeks ago, they tried their personal attack. And so, the Attorney General, Levi Peter, called me some degrading, abusive names. I don't want to repeat it here tonight.
Get a lawyer! Get a lawyer!
I am still standing strong. I believe, as a woman, there are many young girls with us right now, those of you online, and many of you have dreams. There are some of you who want to become politicians one day. But based on what's happening in our parliament, many of you may be afraid. Like the Attorney General said, his words were injurious. He said that himself. And so he has injured not only me, but the many young girls and the many women who have the hope of getting into parliament someday.
Yeah.
And so that is why he has brought his office into disrepute. And we, the people today, are standing up and saying that he needs to resign.
He needs to resign.
People of Dominica, Levi Peter has to resign because he has brought his office into disrepute. That is why we are standing. And many of you here tonight, you are standing with me. It is you that's starting the change that we need in Dominica, the change that we need in our parliament. I just have this banner here that says, Parliament is not a rock-up. Stop verbal abuse. You know better, do better.
Yeah.
And so that is what we want all our parliamentarians to do. And this movement is going to ensure that no form of abuse is going to ever happen to any one of our little girls or any parliamentarian again in the House of Assembly. It stops tonight. And calling on all the authorities, the judiciary, the Women Council, every one of you who hold leadership positions, you, the leaders of the church, you have to stand up. You have to stand up for country. We need to put a stop to this form of abuse, and we need to do it now.
Yep.
I thank you.
Woo!
Thank you very much. Another round of applause. We can do better than that for Alex. Yes, for our Carinago sister. And one take of this one there. as we fall, and that is how we have to take it. We cannot be selfish anymore. We have to fight for this country. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Wednesday walkers who do that every Wednesday. We have one of the persons who will say short fuels for us. And then here we have Josephine Dublin who will say, give some color on this message as well. And then we come to the close of this activity. So,
good evening to the people up here. All the folks on the ground. I'm very proud of you people because you are the ones standing for Dominica. You are the ones praying to the God Almighty to free Dominica. Dominica is in bondage. We all know that. Dominica is under an evil spell. We all know that. Tonight I'm here on behalf of the workers, the group that decided to walk over and pray in order that we could get the spell broken so our people could stand up and put their boots on the ground. We have worked over for now about 79 Wednesdays. When we started working, the devils could not withhold, they could not maintain themselves with the evil that they have, and we were here to break the evil. They decided they will persecute us, and they started to charge one after the other for walking in Roseville. I am one of those that are charged for walking in Roseville. And until I die, I won't stop walking in Roseville whenever there is a function that people have to attend to. I tell you, it's your right, and don't let anybody come to rule Dominica and take that right from you.
That's right.
The Wednesday walkers started the fight with some prayer warriors. And the prayer warriors tonight, I want to tell you all, each and every one of you, you are doing the right thing for Dominica. The evil spell is broken. It's just that we haven't yet into it. But if you listen to what's happening outside, you know that God has intervened. Because Dominica people don't have the power to deal with that evil that is holding us. Can you imagine $10 billion belonging to Dominica unaccounted for? Billions.
Not millions.
Billions.
Billions.
Every child in Dominica has the birth of that child. That child parents should be receiving money to feed that child and take that child to school in order that the future of Dominica would depend in the hands of that child. But they're taking our money. They're giving our money to Hezbollah. They're giving our money to terrorists. They're giving our money to thieves and vagabonds.
Yes.
And our people out here eating dry feed. Our police officers. Our police officers. I want to say to you guys, the job that you're doing is a good job. Because after the persecutors, the police is still telling the people what they're doing to you is wrong. Doesn't matter, you're on a job. And the boss tell you to go and do something, so you do what the boss says. When people give, and they give the bag to a man to hold, and the man knows they thief what is in the bag, the man takes his share out of it. Which means that the money are coming and selling Dominica to tell us to come to help us in Dominica. If they're taking our money, it's not going to do us good. Believe it or not. So until the police understand, they must understand, because each and every one of them is not the same. They must understand that it is in their interest was about $500 million. Today, if we listen to what is our debt, Roots and Scary will not tell us. Because $10 billion could pay all the debts that Dominican owe in and have money to give to the people to develop themselves.
Oh yes.
Our people are hiding and don't want to come out. I'm sorry for you, but I still will share with you. You need to pray. You need to pray stronger because the devil chain has been broken. But you need to wrap it up here. You need to just take it out on your back and your feet and be free in Dominica, like all other countries that in the world, that in the developed world, in order to develop ourselves and develop our people in our country. We are able to do it and we need to do it. Keep your boots on the ground. And I feel proud of you. Everyone that here, I see you as 10 people because I know everyone has more behind. And there's a lot of people that don't want to come. I want to tell them, fear no more. The devil is hiding. You see who's going to say it? Everybody that knows about dogs, when you have a dog in your yard and your dog sees somebody coming, it is a brave dog. It just says, woman. That's a brave dog. It says, you come closer, I will rush you. If you don't let me tell you, if you rush that dog, it disappears. Who is scared is that dog? And we have to let him. If I want to come, I don't rush for him to come out in our yard. Boots on the ground, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, another warrior and freedom fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of the activity. We have a petition starting around. It is also on social media and Facebook. You can go in there and sign the petition as well. And I think there's a petition about solidarity too. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have with us Josephine Dublin. She has been part of the Dominican National Council of Women for a long while and fighting for women's rights in Dominica. I will now invite Josephine Dublin Prince to say a few words to us. Ladies, please welcome her to come. Good evening, good evening. I thought I would not have been there after being about 20 to 40 years. Running with the NCW, will in Parliament make ensuring that laws were for women could be in a state of peace, could be protected by the very law. But tonight is a very historic night. It is historic, brothers and sisters, because this movement is led by women, and that is why I am here. I could not be hearing that powerful women are in the struggle, and I'm somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, we as women must consider ourselves as very important. And it seems we are not putting the level of importance on ourselves as women. For example, you can imagine in terms of our own population, who is responsible for our own population, brothers and sisters? Who is responsible at the level of the home as single parents to raise the very men who denigrate women? As a single parent, sometimes without a steady job, and having to do other things to ensure that your children receive a proper education. Brothers and sisters, it is for us a day when we have to say to Mr. Divine that he should resign. And he should resign on several grounds. First, he used his authority as a citizen and as the acting attorney general to denigrate someone who was put up as a nominee, who was put up because of the process of deciding who the president is. And it was historic that we had two nominees. Two nominees, both women, the indigenous community, the Kalinago community. So when you're using the same tongue to raise one up, you're bringing the same devilish tongue to bring down another. I mean, for that very reason, he should resign. He should not even wait for somebody to tell him that. But more importantly, brothers and sisters and ladies, we need to support each other. When statements like that are made in parliament and you have women parliamentarians clapping and what would you say about that? First, you're a man, and if anything happens to one woman, you should be affected. You hit one woman, you hit every woman. And there could be across political grounds, there could be across religious grounds, there could be a different status in society. You hit one woman, you hit every woman. Brothers and sisters, I myself call on every woman to be angered and frustrated and disappointed by the statement that Mr. Levi made. And for that reason, I was attacked by a man whose brain is in his bottom.
Yes.
I was attacked in the road. And he pointed at me while sitting in a white car and saying, "We're coming for you. And I will set my fellows on you." And when he said it was not for my brother or that one or this one, I said it's not about them, it's about me. You're talking about. And you went further, I understood. And he went further, I understood, and continued his barrage on their usual career program. But these brothers and sisters should not bother us. All it does is to strengthen us because it is saying that it's getting to them and it's getting them angry.
Yes.
So we need a round of applause for that, brothers and sisters. Again, our country, our government continues to be packed as a state to serve us, to several convictions. They are happy to talk about number of women in parliament. They are happy to talk about the revision of gender-based violence laws. They are happy to talk about the various cases that are female. But look at what you're doing to them. Look at what you're doing to women in parliament. Look at how you're degrading women. And even the Speaker of the House sat in his chair and would not say, "I'm sorry, you should not say that." So it seems that we as women need to come together and fight for ourselves. For our own human rights, we have to be respected. We have to ensure that there is no one who is going to continue to disrespect us. Because everyone should see a woman as not only important, but very important and involving all stratas of society. The productive force, the political force, and you will recall, I'm sure, brothers and sisters, the range of activities that women are involved in that keeps this community alive. Most of the voluntary organizations that are within the communities, the sick and shut-in, who goes to see them? The persons with disability, who bring lost to the people who are in their homes, is the women. Persons who are disabled. Even brothers and sisters, most of the women who are beyond and at the back of political parties to vote for the very men who degrade them, harm them, and dare themselves would even slander other women when you're talking on your behalf. I mean, where do we go with that? We need a revision in terms of the education for not only our women but for the whole population. We need some civic-minded persons to revisit the laws that says that women have to be protected. Even the UN, the United Nations, feel so good about ensuring that women are protected at all costs. That's every time the said party is made to come to report about how women are treated in your country. I, at one time, was part of the delegation who were to Geneva. So I know, I'm not talking about a notice. World National Women's Organization for number of days. I have been in Parliament on 2 occasions and I never saw this behavior. We work from either side of the spectrum, the ruling party and the opposition. Would go a person up to me then. At one time I would propose a joint force between opposition women so that we can ensure that laws relating to women are strengthened from that political standpoint. Brothers and sisters and women in particular, don't be afraid. Those are just issues. And when you see those kinds of reactions, just know that what we are doing here on the right track. So I really want to thank the Rosa Parks movement, the women who are part of that movement, to say, don't give up. And I'm sure there are a number of men, not only here, but who probably are listening, that are saying, I'm happy that you all are on the right track and you all are doing the right thing. So brothers and sisters, don't be afraid because I am not. Don't be afraid because I am not. And we need to continue with that strength and to continue on the right track. Thank you very much. And let us move forward. Thank you very much, Mrs. Dublin Prince. So fighting for women in solo. You know, tonight it makes my head glad to see women on the platform. You know, sometimes you think that you're all alone and, you know, you stand up. But tonight, today, my heart is glad because it's the beginning of bigger things to come. And we have a young woman here. She's a senator in the House, named Ms. Marie. And she's not afraid, okay? So none of us, and she is in solidarity of this movement.
Good evening, everyone. It is the remiss of me to be here for all you lovely people who want to stand for women parliamentarians who are verbally abused in the House and not for the sake of few words. To be in Parliament at this time, as a young woman, with these altars, you have to be really strong. Your back has to be broad. You have to be built from something big and hospital, those can build you from. And let me just let you know, we were proud to present Alex Sampson as a nominee for president of Dominica. We believe in her and we know she has the ability to do this job. Alex, we stand with you because we are the ones who put you through what you went through. We are the ones who put your name out there to be verbally abused and insulted. But let me just tell you honestly, my back is broad. So when I stand in Parliament and I speak, no explanation or definition from the other side can be. When I stood in Parliament and debated for the budget, they couldn't shake me because I know who I am as a woman, a married woman, raised by a strong married woman, a strong Dominican woman. And these brokers, so women of Dominica, these brokers should not shake you either. When a man in authority speaks down on women, about their eyelashes, drumsticks, all kinds of insulting things, that's not supposed to shake you. We build from something strong. We build from something bigger than them. And so, Alex, you are just one person. This is a movement. We stand for women. I'm happy to see so many men here in pink. Thank you. I like the man in pink. It's good. So, as young women in Parliament, we will do our utmost best. No man, no woman on the other side can shut me up. My mom big, my father is my husband. Trust me, I will stand with you, I will stand for you and represent you the best I can in Parliament. But you too must always stand out there and rally for what is right. In Parliament, our numbers are small, you have to be strong inside there. When you stand, you have to stand firm. And when you open your mouth, you have to power them. And my mouth is loud, I can power them. So when they start to everyone just move. They can't distract me. So if they're going to keep my time before I give it, when they start talking, not more in this we can do because I'm here to give a message. I'm here to speak on behalf of the people of Dominica. And so I will speak as loud as I can. So ladies and gentlemen, continue to fight the good fight. A lot of you out there expect a lot from us in Parliament. We need you to support us. We need you to hold our hands when there are times that you think that we need a little guidance. Remember, we don't know this. This is new to all of us. By next year, we'll be seasoned politicians, but now we need your guidance. We need your support. We need you to rally with us. Okay, we need you behind us. We need you ahead of us. For those of you who can lead, we need you to lead us. Let it be a fight that all of us are in. It's a big fight. This is a big fight, you know. Women have a working dominator with a woman president. That means we can aspire to be anything. And men at any means necessary, they try to put us down. So we have to go. We have to stand tall. And we have to be firm when we stand out there to represent ourselves. So I will continue to do my best for you in Parliament. I will be quite honest with you. When David spoke, I didn't hear, I wasn't listening. I don't listen to nonsense. So when he was speaking, I ain't heard nothing. I actually was doing something completely different. So I didn't hear any of that. And I believe it was God's will. Because I probably would have stood up and said something that's unparliamentary that my father and my mother would have done. So God does things the way He thinks they should be. And don't worry, this is a big fight. We're not done fighting yet. This is not over. Unless we stand with you. And again, it's not just you, it's the women of Dominica. Parliamentary women, as I said, don't worry about me in the parliament. When I stand strong. No man can shake me.
I'm hearing things that I've never heard before. And you know, once your life and your faith. And I always say we are closer to the end than the beginning. And we will continue the struggle. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this rally, this 1-1 rally. We've had the match and rally. As I told you earlier on, we received information that we were considered a national security risk, so we were not allowed to go past to certain places. But we did walk. And I'm happy, I'm so happy for you all tonight. I am so grateful for all the women who said out and all the men who said out to support the struggle. Continue to support. We will let you know when we move to the various, because we want to go to the various parts of Dominica to motivate our women, to mobilize both women and men to come out and stand strong. Be not afraid. God is with you, and when God is with you, there is no man can touch you. So ladies and gentlemen, Dominica, thank you for coming. Thank you for those who listen via the social media airways. And Lord, thank you so much for bringing it live. And we want to...
On behalf of Emo News, we want to thank you all for joining us here this afternoon for this important rally, important match. You heard from the ladies, you heard from the speakers. If you think it was a good rally, give them a thumbs up. If you're in support of women abuse, stand up. Condemning women abuse. Once again, thank you all for joining and enjoy the rest of the night.
Get your logo, get your back.